Hello.
Mama, мы в телевизоре.
Are you Estonian?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, beautiful country, huh?
Yeah.
What is your names?
Huh?
Tell us your names.
Maxim.
Maxim.
Andreas.
Andreas.
Kirli.
Hi.
Carolina.
Hi, hello.
Elise.
Elise, yes. I'm just meeting these wonderful, friendly Estonian people. Say hi to the camera, guys. Tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe.
There you go. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Don't let this medieval city gate fool you. This city may have been built on German Baltic trade deals, but its entrepreneurial spirit lives strongly today. It is one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world. Have you heard of Skype? Skype is from here. Have you taken a ride in a Bolt? Bolt is from here. This is the capital city of the first country in the world to adopt online voting in political elections. It has more startups per capita than any other European country. A medieval paradise with a technological edge. And it just so happens to have one of the best preserved old towns in all of Europe. Welcome to Tallinn, the capital of Estonia. Care to join me? Hello, guys.
Hello from Malta.
From Malta?
Yes.
From Valletta?
Correct.
Oh, what a beautiful city, man. I was in Valletta
Nice.
in 2014. Yes, we stayed in Bujiba.
Alright.
That's it, yes. Have a nice day, guys.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
Happy Christmas.
You too. And this medieval gate is called the Viru Gate. So it's your gateway to the old town square. And if you're very hungry, you can even have Viru kebab. And there's a Viru shopping center. So no shortage of Viru in this part of town. All right, let's walk a little bit more here in Viru Street. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the country as we go on. Estonia is nicknamed the Silicon Valley of Europe. And it was also the first ex-Soviet republic to join the Eurozone. So, like Lithuania and Estonia, they use the euro here in Estonia. Yeah, lots of art galleries and souvenir shops. And check this out. No, we're not in Finland. Not just yet. But there is a Helsinki karaoke bar. So this also tells you a little bit about the geography of Estonia. So the second biggest city in Estonia is Tartu, but Tallinn is closer to Helsinki than it is to Tartu. So the Finnish connection here is reasonably strong, and Tallinn is also not far from St. Petersburg and Stockholm, so not very far at all. So geopolitically, this is a very interesting neighborhood in which they find themselves. So the Finnish connection, karaoke bar here in Viru, and just off Viru here you've got another Finnish connection there, the sauna. So just like the Finns, the Estonians like to sauna, but the Finns do it in a much more traditional way, and the Estonians, they do like to pamper themselves, so they go to the spa. So the sauna for them is more a spa-like experience. And you can also see Baltic amber. Yes, there we go. Just checking out the beautiful Baltic amber. Just a lovely street to come and stroll in. You can see loads of shops, clothing shops. And yeah, I bet in this part of town they might be a little bit pricey. But let's get an idea. You can get a sausage dog handbag. Don't see the price there for that one. But the other belt handbag there is $2.39. And a hat, well, almost looks like mine, doesn't it? Although this one's much more expensive, €2.99. You can see the cobblestone old town. And I mentioned loads of souvenirs as well. The defense towers, and there's the town hall, which we'll see in due course, and Old Thomas. I'll talk about Old Thomas when we get to the town hall. Here you go, Eesti Estonia. So Estonian house, local crafts. Right, let's check out this beautiful shop here, Eesti. Here's the Estonian flag. You can see three colors, blue, black and white. And I've heard different accounts. So different meanings assigned to the different colors. But I'm going to try my best. And if you're from Estonia, please let me know in the comments how I've done. But the blue refers to the Baltic Sea, the blue sky, and also the freshwater lakes here in Estonia. The black refers to the dark history of a country, as well as the soil and the forests. And then the white also has a nature connection in terms of the white summery nights and the white snow in winter, but also purity and hope. So the blue, black and white of the Estonian flag. So I've been told marzipan is Estonian. I've been told it was invented here in a pharmacy in the 15th century, and it was a medieval medicine to cure lost love. Can you believe it? So there you go, the marzipan connection. And some marzipan chocolates. I think I'm gonna try one. But which one? So I've been told the purple one's the best, so let's give it a shot.
Do you want to click the WhatsApp?
Ah, okay, that would be excellent. Thank you very much.
So where do I?
So I now got a personal.
Where do I put?
Oh no, you just hold it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, because it's a video. So
Okay.
I've actually got a new camera crew member here. So this is my marzipan chocolate. So I've been told the purple one's the best one, and it was 160 euros. So let's see if it can cure lost love. Just to show them there. This is a very, very nice chocolate. It's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. You can see it's got a chocolate covering, and it's a decent size as well. And I can feel the lost love being cured immediately. It absolutely works. So Estonia, well, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. That's okay. Some more information here. So the cornflower was chosen as the national flower of Estonia in 1968. $9.50 for a beautiful teapot covering. Medium leather books, look at that. Vitruvian Man, 54 euros. I almost feel like I'm in South Africa with some animal skin here. So lots of woodwork in the shop, and I've been told that this is a bicycle that operates this machine here. So oh wow, check that out.
More. Yeah, you can actually work.
And you can work with these. That's brilliant, thank you. So there's the pedals. And if I look at that. So this is how you need the right tools though, but then you can create wooden artifacts. This is unbelievable. I told you Estonia is one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world.
This one they use like a doorknob if you polish it and cut it.
Yes.
But I was thinking like this one I can use as a pencil. If I drill a hole here, I can fill it with pencil.
Yes,
Yeah.
you could potentially, wow.
Yeah.
So there you go, different uses for wood, and who would have thought a bicycle to do some woodwork? That is incredible.
So you use that one. See on Lilian. Aplikatsioon.
Oh, you are much better at this than me.
With one leg.
That is fantastic.
Never done it, but
And check the mechanism over there as well.
yeah. Wait. So you kind of like spin it.
The next technological revolution here in Estonia.
You have to be a tall guy for that.
You might need a bicycle to operate it, but you still have a traditional on-off button. So come on, Estonia. Get a technological solution that's better than that. I have a feeling they really like chocolate here in Tallinn. You can see there various different ones and very colorful. You can see handmade chocolate is something special, absolutely. Some more chocolates here, and Estonian Eesti there, €3.10. And Vanna Tallinn. What is that, like a liqueur chocolate? Some various condiments and spices over here. Lots of variety. Check this out, Magic Box. Try to open. Wow, okay. So the Estonian answer to the Rubik's Cube, I guess, the Magic Box. Little do they know that I'm an expert at opening magic boxes. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's give it a look. Ah, you know what? Very, very clever. You almost got me, Estonia, but I think you just take it diagonally. Like that. And I solved it. There you go. Right, guys, what an interesting shop. And some very helpful people in here as well who showed me around. So thank you very much. And yeah, let's go on to older Hansa. Yeah, this is just as I remember on my previous trips. The older Hansa. And those magnificent medieval buildings over there. Just check this out. Yeah, very, very famous restaurant here in Tallinn, the older Hansa. And of course, Tallinn and Estonia has connections to the Hanseatic League. Hello, sir, how are you?
I'm alright, how are they?
Oh, well, thank you very much. This is like an almond.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Sweet
from
almond,
Estonia.
made it
Thank you.
4 kind of sugars, 16
Yeah.
different spices.
Excellent. Yeah.
Funny thing, nothing to do with local ingredients. Everything is coming from faraway lands, and me, as a merchant, bought them here, mixed them together, and there you go, medieval traditional candy.
And you're a merchant. Your name is Carl, yes?
Carl, exactly.
Oh, thank you very much for it, my friend.
You're very
Yeah,
welcome.
so meeting some Estonian merchants. So I'm going to have an almond here.
Made
Just-
with love.
Just careful for my teeth, but it's actually quite nice. And you can taste the cinnamon almost, is it?
Exactly. Cinnamon is most dominant, and that's why all they say Christmas taste.
Fantastic. Yeah. Carl, thank you very much, my friend. That's
Here you
great,
go.
man. All the best.
Yeah,
Thank you so
all the
much.
best.
So, if you want to get some almonds, come here to Carl at his place here.
Exactly. This is like
Carl's
the
just showing me
Christmas-
more of his stuff here.
Christmas gifts and
Christmas
everything,
gifts over there for sale. And obviously there's the almonds. So this is his
Exactly.
medieval wagon
Yeah.
full of stuff here. Although now they use the euro. I don't know if they didn't use the euro in medieval times. But more beautiful stuff here.
Foreigners are coming, we need to speak a bit their language, you know.
Yes, exactly. Very, very nice. But yeah, guys, I was here in 2008 and 2012. And this older Hansa sign is still at exactly the same spot. So I think it's time to recreate some old photographs. Here we go. So lots of people around, and I wonder how many of them are tourists. How many people visit Estonia? I believe it's very popular with people from the Baltics and the rest of Europe. So obviously we heard from a guy from Malta earlier. And the latest population figures I could find for Estonia state that there are between 1.3 and 1.4 million people in the country. And about 454,000 people here in Tallinn. So Tallinn's the smallest of the 3 Baltic capitals, and Estonia is the smallest of the 3 Baltic countries in terms of population. But yeah, here you can see older Hansa, the medieval heart of Tallinn. Certainly a magnificent, beautiful old town, don't you think? And there's the town hall. Right, Tallinn Town Hall. Over here, an iconic part of Tallinn, of the Tallinn architectural scene. And the most interesting part is arguably the weather vane there at the top. So it's got a weather vane, and the vane is called Old Thomas. I don't know how well you can see Old Thomas from here, but he was placed there on top of a spire in 1530, so 16th century. And there's a fascinating story behind Old Thomas. So apparently, legend has it that Old Thomas was a peasant boy who was very good at some of the Estonian games, some of his springtime contests, including firing a crossbow bolt at a wooden parrot that was put on top of a pole. And he won the contest one year, but the competition was arranged for the wealthy and by the wealthy. So a peasant boy couldn't win those contests. So what did they do? They gave him the job as town guard for life. And old Thomas here in Tallinn used to give out candy and sweets to the children here in the town hall square. And when he died, obviously the candy for the kids ran out. And the kids started asking, where's old Thomas? Where's old Thomas? And that led to some uncomfortable answers that the parents had to give the children. So, instead, old Thomas is immortalized on top there. So the parents could simply say, look, he's over there. He's looking at you from above, and if you're a good boy, you'll continue to get candy. So that's the story of old Thomas here in Tallinn. Some fascinating legends. And I believe that is not the original old Thomas there, and it's not the second one either, so it's the third one. So in 1944, in the war, the original old Thomas got bombarded and they had to put a new replica on in 1952. But the 1952 one was also replaced in a reconstruction in the 1990s. So I believe the 1952 one is now held in a museum. But do let me know in the comments if that is not right, if that is not the case. Here's the town hall, Estonian flag. And are those gargoyles? They're pretty unique. Just look at this. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, Christmas spirit alive and well here in Tallinn. Beautiful markets. Food and drink and clothes. Yeah, glog, soljanka and borscht that you can buy here. And a Christmas tree with some cards and messages. I can even see my reflection in one of these. There's major Christmas tree controversy here in the Baltics. Major disagreements. I don't want to start a civil dispute in the Baltics, but Estonia say this was the site of the first ever Christmas tree in 1441. The Latvians disagree. They say Riga has the oldest Christmas tree in the world. Which one do you believe? Let me know in the comments. Like I said, I don't want to start a regional dispute, but it will be interesting to hear your thoughts. Regardless of which version you believe, it's clear that Christmas in the Baltics is a special experience. And they even have a stage here for some song and dance. Absolutely incredible. The oldest town square in the Baltics. And there you can see old Thomas. All right, everyone, daylight is very thin here. I definitely want to show you a few more things, including Tomb Pier. So Tomb Pier in this direction. And also getting away from the music. So as magical as those Christmas markets are, I don't want to get a copyright strike. But also this gives us an opportunity to explore more of Tallinn. And lots of beer houses, beer gardens here in Tallinn. So here you can see beer bar and shop. And yeah, maybe a Lavazza coffee as well, if you don't drink beer like I do. So if you do drink Estonian beer, let us know in the comments what it's like. Yeah, wow, considerably less tourists here than down in the town square. So we kind of have the old town to ourselves here. Right, Rataskaevo, no idea of a pronunciation. But beautiful buildings here as well. And there you can see another tower and an old well here. Look at this antique shop, but the snow is preventing me from getting there, so winter problems, hey? No, just kidding, you can go around here, of course. And a nice Christmas tree outside. Just having a quick look here. Some trinkets for sale. Looks like clocks and old coins. And some old Estonian photographs, presumably. Nostalgia in this shop here. So Dunkri and Rataskaevu. Some very interesting street names here. Some beautiful pastel colors here as well, the yellows in this part of Tallinn. And here's a beautiful church. Yeah, here we go. Beautiful structure here in Tallinn. St. Nicholas Church. St. Nicholas, of course, the patron saint of fishermen and of sailors. And I believe this was built in the 13th century. It got damaged in the Second World War though. I don't know too much about the reconstruction. But there you can see a bolt in its home. Bolt from Estonia. This is where it started. So a bit of modern Estonia and old Estonia all in one setting. And as the modern technology drives away, I guess we're going to have to focus on the old church here. So yeah, I guess St. Nicholas, the patron saint of sailors and of fishermen, and of course the Estonians are a seafaring people as well. And during the 1980 Olympics in Moscow, Tallinn actually hosted the sailing, or the yachting as it was called back then. And it was quite controversial, I believe, because not many governments necessarily recognized Estonia as part of the Soviet Union. Oh yeah, look at these interesting color choices outside this church. Looks like a museum as well over there. And yeah, check out this brickwork next to the painted part of a church, and on top there as well, the spire. Absolutely magnificent. All around here, some more beautiful buildings. Interesting mix of colors, different pastels. And yeah, some snow-capped automobiles over here. A winter wonderland here in Estonia. Yeah, it's just amazing how quickly it gets dark in the Baltics here in winter. So the white, as represented on the Estonian flag, those snowy winters. Yeah, just walking next to the church here, you can actually see how imposing it is. And over there as well. Look at the windows here. Actually, the part of the building, the way they've cut it, so it's not entirely symmetrical. Reminiscent, I guess, of a medieval design back in the day. They didn't necessarily care about symmetry. Right, so I just talked about the Moscow Olympics in 1980, and the Soviets did build some additional architecture in the city, such as the Tallinn TV Tower. It's probably one of the more famous examples, so obviously used to broadcast the Olympics. But then, talking about sport, here is something fascinating that I found. And apparently, this is a non-Olympic sport, mind you, so Estonians and Finland, well, I guess because the Finnish invented the sport, but both Estonia and the Finns are very adept at the sport of wife carrying. Yes, wife carrying. So it's not something I know quite a lot about, but the Estonians have won it 11 consecutive times between 1998 and 2008. And apparently they've got their own very, very impressive technique that they use in wife carrying, and it's called the Estonian carry. So the Estonian carry, and that won them all those titles in a row. Apparently the wife does need to be your own, or it could be the wife of a neighbor. So what's up with that? Is that true? Let me know. And I do know the wife needs to be at least 17 years old. So those are the criteria that I could find online. But if you participate in that sport, please let us know more about it. So yeah, I thought I could go through here but it's pretty shut, so I have to go somewhere else. Yeah, what I see, I think I need to see a way to get to the castle. So yeah, I've been here twice before, in 2008 and 2012, but clearly I'm getting older and my memory is failing me, so need to figure out where's the best way to get to the castle. You gotta love a medieval church and then modern clothing shops not far from it. The juxtaposition of old and new. Oh wow, look at this beautiful winter wonderland here next to this victory monument, which we'll talk about in a bit. Yeah, this is absolutely brilliant, don't you think? Look at the different colors and the lights. Let me tell you a little bit more about the dark history of Estonia. I mentioned earlier the Germans who came here at the end of the 12th century, beginning of the 13th century. They were looking to convert the local pagans to Christianity, and it wasn't necessarily that successful at first. Of course, the local population resisted, and I believe the Estonian elder Lenbitu, let me know if I pronounce that right, so Lenbitu lost his life in battle against the Germans in the year 1217, and I think that was a key battle in this part of the world. And then 2 years later, in 1219, on the 15th of June 1219 to be precise, it was the Battle of Lindenisse, the Battle of Lindenisse between the locals and the Danish, and the Danish won, and that was the start of a Danish period here in Estonia. And the Danish victory was at the site here of a city of Reval, and Reval was the former name of Tallinn, the German name, and that helped King Valdemar II of Denmark to subsequently claim further parts of a territory in this world, including northern Estonia. So talking about that 1219 battle, apparently the Danes were losing the battle to the local pagans, and there was some divine intervention according to legend. So the old Danish flag, or the first Danish flag, fell from the sky, and that helped the Danes to secure victory. So that's the legend of the Battle of Lindenisse in 1219. The Danish period was from 1219 until 1346. In 1346, the Danish king sold Reval and many other possessions to the Teutonic Knights, and the Germans were back in town, so to speak. They were back in town, and obviously in due course in Germany there was a Protestant Reformation, and the city also became Protestant, so they accepted the Reformation. And you check out these trees with the lights here next to these more artificial ones. So definitely a magical touch here, and you can see there the Estonian flag next to the Ukraine one as well. So back to the history. In 1561 Estonia fell under Swedish control, under Swedish rule, and they remained under Swedish rule until 1710. In 1710 Sweden lost Estonia to the Russian Empire, and the Russian period started here in Estonia. So a lot of battles for supremacy in this part of the world over history. A lot of rulers over Estonia. Let's just recap some key dates as well. So you had 1219, that's when the Danish period started. 1346 was when the Germans were back in town. 1561, the period of Swedish rule started, and 1710, the period of Russian rule started. And finally, after a long dark history, Estonia gained independence. And this is the Independence Monument, commemorating that independence. So I believe a war of independence was 1918 to 1920, but Estonia already declared independence on the 24th of February 1918. So 24 February is seen as Independence Day here in Estonia. And there you go, Eesti Vabadussoda. So here's the monument, and the full name is the Cross of Liberty and the Monument to the War of Independence. I believe this was put up here in 2009, and there are 143 glass plates, and I have no idea why there is 143. I don't know if it's got any sort of significance, if it's like a crucial number. But yeah, this is a beautiful monument here in Estonia. Obviously Riga, when we were there, we also saw the Freedom Monument with Mulder at the top, and I think their war was also 1918 to 1920, if my memory is correct. Yeah, just walking here next to the monument, and there's some very interesting ornaments over here with a coat of arms, the 3 blue lions there, if it is indeed a lion. It's got a tongue sticking out. Yeah, no idea what that signifies. Let us know in the comments if you know. Right guys, this is flashbacks to my 2012 visit, and I've already mentioned to you in a previous vlog that weekend I had here in Tallinn was probably my favorite ever travel experience. Just to see these medieval buildings in the snow for the first time was truly magical, and I guess the best way to describe it is it almost felt to me like I was in an Age of Empires game. So if you ever played the Age of Empires game, you will know that there's a setting in which you can play in the snow, and obviously you could build many medieval buildings, castles and the blacksmith and the town centre. So now in Tallinn you obviously have a modern edge as well, with war memorials and skyscrapers at the back, but walking next to medieval buildings, medieval towers, just gave it such a magical touch, and it was like I was in an Age of Empires game playing in the snow. But talking about this tower, this is the Kök Tower. So German there, so peek into the kitchen. Was built from 1475 to 1483 as an extra powerful artillery tower in the southwestern corner of the town's fortifications. So this tower was designed to protect the town against any danger from Tonesmagi Hill. There were 4 artillery stories in the tower, while the stairs and the auxiliary rooms, heatable sentry rooms, a kitchen and a privy were located on the town side of the tower. And over there you can see the tower was open as a museum in 1958. Kiek Tower here in Tallinn makes me feel like I am in an Age of Empires game. And there's the church we visited earlier, St. Nicholas Church. And just check out all the snow. Absolutely magnificent. More of a museum. Kunstlustes Museum, the bottom there, but various parts of a tower and the dates associated with it. So I'm not going to read it all, but I'll just point out that it's been built in stages. Kiek in the Kök Kunstlustes Museum. That's my best Estonian for you. And yeah, there you go. And Christmas spirit certainly alive here. Look at this beautiful light here in front of the tower. And all the snow. This is definitely giving me 2012 vibes all over again. It was more than a decade ago, but it feels like yesterday in many ways. It's amazing. Right, here we go. Gosh, look at the snow on here. Right, so finally, after 5 hours of cleaning snow on this board, I've got a little bit of reading over there. In 2019, the city walls and towers of Tallinn's Old Town were upgraded with a modern lighting system that awakens them to new life when darkness arrives. Now the buildings whisper stories of a long and colourful history, highlighting their dignified shape and exciting detail through light and shadow. Well, upgraded lighting system or not, this is very, very magical. And the other thing that makes this in 2023 a magical experience is the fact that I'm on my own here, all on my own. But what a privilege it is to share this with you guys online. And in a way, this summarizes why I've started this channel. So as I retrace the steps of my 2012 journey, I can now invite you along on this magical trip. Photos can only say so much. The aim with a video is to bring it to life a bit more, and I hope that this video shows you but a tiny bit of magic of Tallinn. Hopefully it shows you a lot more. But even if it just gives you a glimpse of this magnificent city, I'll be a very, very happy man. And more information here about the towers. So what have we got there? Maiden Tower. Maiden Tower was first mentioned in 1373, so 14th century. It is the only preserved bigger defense tower on the medieval town wall of Tallinn with a rectangular shape. So 1373, this means it must have been built during the German times, because it's after the Danish period. And I wonder to what extent the Danish and the Germans cooperated in the 13th century and 14th century, because this city, known as Reval at the time, became part of the Hanseatic League in 1285. And I believe they were also the northernmost city in the Hanseatic League at the time. And the Hanseatic League was instrumental in the development of this city. So that would actually be very, very interesting to go and read up about the cooperation between the Danish and the Germans, if any. Right, I am loving this walk, and I hope you are too. And there's the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. A little bit of a Russian Empire left here in Estonia. So this was built between 1894 and 1900, so during the Russian Empire, and it's an Orthodox church. And you can see there just how beautiful it looks at night. This is also a very controversial building in the city, because for many Estonians this is a reminder of the Russian period. And after independence, I believe there were loads of discussions in Parliament about whether or not they should demolish this building. I don't believe a final decision was ever made, but then again I've also read that they never had the money to properly destroy it and to get rid of it. So demolishing buildings cost money, but they've never demolished it. So let me know what you think of the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. And do you think this adds something to Tallinn? And I hope this is not controversial, because I'm not Estonian, so maybe I shouldn't have an opinion, but I think this absolutely adds to the magical charm of the city. Can you see what I mean when I say this is like being in an Age of Empires game? With all the medieval buildings and the snow? Well, until you see the Russian cathedral, I guess. We have a Russian cathedral right next to the Parliament building. Yes, indeed, Riigikogu. You can't read it there, but that's the Parliament of Estonia, decorated in Christmas lights. And a little bit ironic that it's opposite the Russian cathedral, which people in the 1920s, 1930s discussed whether or not to keep this building or not. There's another building here. It looks pretty official. Not sure what this is, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are lots of official buildings in this part of town. And there's certainly a few restaurants about. And yeah, I just love these names of these Estonian streets. Lossiplatz and Pikjalg. What an interesting language. Yeah, there is some information about this building here. So Lossiplatz, or Lossiplatz 7. Right, so the building became the residence of the ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany. So, oh, it makes sense with a German flag there. This is where the German ambassador lives. I think of all the cars I've seen in the Baltics, I think this particular driver will be the most upset. Wow. Can you imagine having to clean this before going home? I suppose at least you've got a lot of beautiful architecture to admire whilst you're doing it. Right, so do you remember when we were in Riga and I talked to you about the storybook moment, when you just turn a page and something magical appears? Well, here we're turning another page, and another magnificent church here in Tallinn. And I'm not exactly sure which one this is, but luckily we do have an information board. So I presume we are the red dot there at number 3. And number 3 is the Cathedral of St. Mary the Virgin, Dome Church. So yeah, there we go. Another beautiful church here. And the churches in this city do not have extravagant colors like the ones, say, in Vilnius. So they're often white. And that also adds its own charm, doesn't it? So even though they're not colorful, they're very imposing. And certainly in the snow, I mentioned as well in Vilnius that sometimes the white buildings in snow just gives it a very specific and unique charm. Beautiful to look at. And yeah, you can just see how thick the snow is here. So actually quite hard as well. Sometimes it's just a little bit soft, but over here it's very thick. So yes, a white building, but it's got a very beautiful mosaic stained glass window here. Look at that. That is just magnificent. And obviously there are little spots there where the snow is not prevalent and it's the manhole covers So the snow seems to melt very quickly on the manhole covers. I saw that in Vilnius, of course, as well, when I took you to the palace. But anyway, guys, I think we should almost end this vlog, and I will show you more of Tallinn in an upcoming vlog, but I have to go to the lookout point where I took one of my favorite travel photos in 2012. So care to join me before we log off? And I think it's over here. I think it's over here. And I'm genuinely amazed at how quiet it is. I think most people will be down by the town hall square, enjoying a warm glass of glue wine or eating some warm Estonian food. But we are here, exploring the old town almost on our own. How magical. Yeah, the Estonian flag next to the European Union one. Of course, Estonia, part of the European Union as well. Oh, here we go, the Patkuli view platform. Over here. There's another alleyway down here. So, just past some tourists who thought they were at the best viewing platform and they came from here. And I wonder if that is where I took my photo, so I'm just going to have a quick look. I don't remember the exact details, but I guess I'm also showing you another narrow alley here in Tallinn. So lots of beautiful alleys here in the old town, and some nice shops here as well, handmade shops. And here's a monument of Elfriede Lender, 1882 to 1974. I don't know who that is, but oh, here we go. Okay, so private property, so I'm not sure from which platform they came. So oh yeah, maybe it's this one. This does ring a bell in my memory. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look. Symphony of Amber. Guys, I think this was it. I think this was the platform where I took my photo. I think it was. I think I was standing there. I think I was at this platform instead of the main one. We'll go and have a look at the main one. But this is the one where I took my photo back in 2012. I am pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was it, guys. I don't think the Tallinn was there, but obviously I had the view there of St. Olaf's church.
So you love Tallinn?
Oh, it's amazing, yeah. There you go. I'm just recreating my famous photo, 2012.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
No
it. Yeah, it's very difficult to find accurate information for churches here in this part of the world, and my understanding is that St. Olaf's Church might have been built already in the 12th century, but the first written records apparently only exist from the 13th century. So let me know if you've got any views on that. And yeah, these guys cleaning up snow are still busy over there. But what I do know is that some people, at least in this part of the world, think that St. Olaf's Church was once the tallest building in the world from 1549 to 1625, and the relevant height of 159 meters. The height today, though, is closer to 124 meters, and that's because the church had to be reconstructed several times. And I believe in Soviet times the KGB also used that as an observation tower, a surveillance point, and a broadcasting tower. Certainly the spire was used for those purposes. And just the rest of a beautiful skyline here. And you can see some of the more modern buildings at the back, showcasing Tallinn and Estonia as the Silicon Valley of Europe. Right, let's go and check out the more famous lookout point. And let's see if I missed anything from my previous 2 visits. Maybe this will add another dimension to my Tallinn memories. Right, so the relevant platform, the Patkuli. So there you can read Patkuli Vaterplattform over here. Right, and here we are at the platform, the viewing platform. And I'll be honest, my first impressions, and maybe I'm biased because I was so happy and made memories of the previous one, but I think the other platform has a better view. So certainly here you've got St. Olaf's Church from the other side, but you don't have the modern buildings in the background, the skyscrapers. Yeah, you've got some modern shopping malls maybe. And I suppose what you can see here better are these towers. So I'll give that to the viewing platform. Right everyone, I made it down from the viewing platform and I'm back here almost at ground level, close to the town hall square. And just look at an example of another beautiful building that we haven't even talked about at all. There's so much more to see here in the old town, and I'm just gonna have to make another vlog and bring you along for more adventures. We will explore more of this beautiful city. So what I'm saying to you is stay tuned for more Tallinn adventures. I hope this gives you a taster of what Tallinn has to offer, and it makes you excited for upcoming adventures here in the Estonian capital. If you haven't done it yet, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment for me in the comment section, and let me know what you think of Tallinn. And I just want to say again, thanks for watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one for more Tallinn adventures. Cheers, take it easy. Estonia, you are just magnificent.